little notes.
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Community
morning.
Journal. We are so happy that you tuned us in, and here we are already in the month of March. I cannot believe it.
I can't either. March 1st, here it is.
We came in today, 57 degrees.
We were hot. We left our coats in the car.
Left the coats in the car. We've had the warmest February, or at least the second warmest on record.
Yeah, some days did break records in certain cities.
It's absolutely amazing. We had over 7 inches of precipitation for the month. Just incredible. The mean temperature was like in the mid-30s, which for February, that's ridiculous. It's so warm. So so far we have been very, very lucky this winter, and hopefully it will continue.
Well, then there's tomorrow.
Yes, they're forecasting quite a storm here for tomorrow. A lot of high wind, and you know, just a reminder: if you do have anything outside that is small and is not buckled down, you need to take it in, because we might have winds possibly gusting to 80 miles an hour tomorrow, and that's over hurricane force. Wow. So, you know, it could be sort of a tough day tomorrow, but here on the Cape, probably no snow, a lot of rain. So we might get a couple of inches of rain, but we can do that. At least the ground isn't really frozen, so it probably will absorb a good bit of it, so that we're lucky there.
Yeah.
So we've got an interesting show for you this week. We've got quite a bit of information, so we hope you have your pencils handy, and because we've got a lot of stuff to share with you. We'll start off with our library update with Emily and Emily. So let's take a look and
Pair
see
of Emily's, can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong there, especially what goes on at the library. So let's take a look right now.
Hello, Harwich. I'm Emily Milan, Assistant Director of Brooks Free Library here in Harwich. I'm here with my coworker, Emily Carta, and we wanted to tell you about some upcoming programs at the library this month. First of all, we want to mention that Fine Amnesty starts on March 1st. This is a program that we've run for many, many years to benefit the family pantry here in Harwich. So if you've accrued any fines for late fees throughout the year, you can bring in donations of canned goods and non-perishable items in exchange for waiving your fines. So this is you're not eligible for replacement of lost items, but only for fines that you've accrued. We do ask that if you're bringing in items from your own pantry, you check the expiration date and make sure that those items can in fact be donated to the family pantry. We can't accept anything that has expired. And we're going to have a list on our website of some of the suggested donations of items that the pantry is really looking for. Those include low sodium canned vegetables and hearty soups, as well as protein-rich foods like canned or dried beans, unsalted nuts, canned tuna, canned chicken, and peanut butter, those types of things. So that complete list is on our website. You can take a look at that before you go out to buy your donations for the family pantry. That will run the entire month of March, and you just want to bring your donations to the circulation desk, and they'll help you out with getting those fines waived. So some other things that are going on at the library this month include the wrap-up of our movie matinees. Our movie matinees happen every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, and this is the final month for that program. It'll be back in the fall, but we're going to round out the month of March with Little Women, Of Mice and Men, East of Eden, and Murder on the Orient Express. So those are our final 4 movies that will take place on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. We also have the next installment in our Adventurers Club happening this Friday, the 2nd at 1:30, and we are thrilled to host Peter Christoph, who is a nature photographer, who will be coming to the library to do his presentation on hiking Mount Kilimanjaro. So he's going to take us through 5 climate zones from the tropical rainforest to Arctic conditions as he hikes this 19,430-foot mountain. So that should be really exciting. And again, that's this Friday, March the 2nd at 1:30. Then we'll have the next installment of our music series on Saturday as the 2nd Saturday of each month. So that's not this coming weekend, but the next weekend at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'll be presenting a Celtic musician named Jeff Snow. So we invite you to come and enjoy that. We've also started a new wellness series, which started last night and got a big crowd. We're very excited about this. This is an essential oil program with Sue Grunin, And it's running 5 weeks, started this week, so we'll have all 4 weeks of March on Monday evening at 5:30. And Sue has scheduled the program so that each week covers a different topic and a different use of essential oils. For a breakdown of what's covered each week, you can look on our monthly flyer or on our website to get information about that. And patrons are invited to drop in for 1 or more sessions. There's no registration required. You can just show up on Monday nights at 5:30. And then the final program I wanted to share for you is actually the Friends of the Library Sunday program. So this happens the first Sunday of every month at 2 o'clock. And in March, the Friends have invited Spencer Kennard to come and do a presentation on aerial photography of Cape Cod. I got a little preview of his presentation when he came in to check out the equipment in the room, and I have to say it's beautiful photography and you really don't want to miss that. It's going to be a wonderful presentation. So again, that is this Sunday, the 4th at 2 p.m. And then in April, the Friends have invited C.L. Fernari to come and present her program, Hydrangea Hysteria, and she's always a big hit. So another one that you don't want to miss. Yeah.
Thank you for all that information, Emily. On top of this wonderful programming that we have going on at the library, we do have some new collections as well. And my favorites that I want to talk to you about are the baking kit and the bath bomb kits, which we just added about a week ago, I would say. They've been pretty popular. But let's talk about the baking kits first. So what these are these are bags that you can take home that have all the things you need to make cookies, cakes, cupcakes. I think we even have a couple buns in there in different shapes. So you can kind of pick and choose what it looks interesting to you. But you have measuring cups, measuring spoons, and then some recipes as well that you can follow along with, or you can make your own. We just ask that you bring the items back to the library cleaned and ready for the next person to use. Same thing goes for the bath bomb kits. These have the molds that you would need, as well as books full of really great recipes to make your own spa day at home. So as long as you can come to the library, have your library card, you can check these out. I believe the checkout time is 2 weeks, 1 week?
I think it's 1 week.
I think it's 1 week.
I think it's 1 week, yeah.
They're non-renewable, the last time we looked. So right now we're just starting off testing them to see how they go. Feel free to ask about them at the front desk if you have any questions, and we're always happy to look for some more things if you don't see what you're looking for in these kits.
I have to say that my daughter and I borrowed the bath bomb kit over February vacation. We had a blast making those bath bombs. It's really nice to have access to these materials. So you're providing the consumable materials, the ingredients that you need to make, but to not have to invest in the more expensive items like the bundt pans and the molds is a really fabulous way to add to our collection and to provide you with an opportunity to do something fun at home.
Exactly. And on top of those kits, we also have our personal digitization station up and running. We've had it used a couple times already, which has been really fun to see people come in and scan their old documents, scan their old family photos, and get them on thumb drives. But this is free to use. You can come to the library, and on the first floor next to our photocopy machine, you'll see the scanner and the computer set up. And there's instructions printed there, but someone from the front desk is always willing to come over and help you get started if it's your first time or even if it's your 5th time coming. You can bring old family photo albums. We do have space on those for bigger pictures, so if you have some family portrait-sized ones that you want to use, you should be able to fit them on the scanner. And it's a quick 1, 2, 3 step process of loading the picture, hitting a button, and then moving it to your thumb drive. So you can use that for as long as you want. There's no sign-up times. It's first come, first serve, and it's available every day of the week that we are open. In addition to the kits and the digitization station, we also have some children's programming that I want to talk about. So coming up on Mondays, there's Dress Up in Drama at 10:30 and Lego Fun at 3. Tuesdays is Mother Goose Storytime at 10:30 and Middle School Makers at 4. Wednesdays, Preschool Projects at 10:30. Thursdays, Theater Explorer for elementary school at 3 and middle school at 4. And Friday, Storytime at 10:30. No registration is required for any of our children's programmings. They are very popular, so if you want to come a little early, that's great. Find some parking space. Our special program this month is a comedy magic show, which is March 17th at 2:30. Ollie the Clown is going to be bringing some entertainment and comedy and magic for all ages at the library.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I think he's a new performer that we haven't had at the library before, so I'm excited to see this new presentation. We just want to mention that all programming provided through the library is free to the public. There's no charge and there are no fees. We're able to provide these programs through a generous donation that was made to the library in the form of the Howard Lang Trust, and those are the funds that are used to do the majority of our programming. We also wanted to mention while we're here a quick thank you to the Chatham Harwich Newcomers Club. They have built some beautiful custom shelving for the library in the past, and they have just wrapped up a project that they'll be installing this weekend. Many of our users are familiar with our hold shelf by the circulation desk. That's where all of the items that come in on hold for a patron are placed while we're waiting for the patron to come and pick them up. And the Woodworkers Club has built us a beautiful new custom shelf for that area, and it's going to be installed this weekend. So we want to thank them for their hard work and in putting that together, and we're so excited to show that off to the public next week. So stop by and see us. We're open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We hope to see you soon.
You know, as always, there is something great going on at that library.
Always.
And, you know, the two Emilys, that was really good. They're doing a great job.
Yes,
and,
they are.
that was very interesting. And what was the thing at the very beginning? They're doing something with the family pantry to forgive the fines.
To forgive the fines if you have any book fines on your card, your library card. If you bring a non-perishable item and make sure that it's not outdated, they will forgive your fine, which I think is a great idea.
Great idea.
Yeah, you bring something to the library.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's great. Thank you. Eileen, you've got some announcements.
Yes, I do. The Cape Cod Theatre Company, home of the Harwich Junior Theatre, is holding upcoming auditions for Disney's Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorites.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
Cape Cod Theatre Company, the home of Harwich Junior Theatre, is holding auditions for Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Auditions will be, now get your pen and paper out if you are interested, they will be on Saturday, March 10th from 10 to 1 p.m. and Sunday, March 11th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Arts Center, 265 Sisson Road in Harwich Center. So don't go to the theater, go to the Arts Center. Lots of singing roles are available for kids 10 and up and adults of all ages. Please prepare 16 bars of a favorite musical theater song that shows personality and range. Please bring sheet music. A 1-minute monologue is required. Directed by Jane Staub, with musical direction by Robert Wilder and choreography by Laurel Conrad. This is based on the Academy Award-winning animated feature. The stage version includes all of the wonderful songs written by Alan Menken and the late Howard Ashman, along with new songs by Mr. Menken and Tim Rice. The classic story tells of Belle, a young woman in a provincial town, and the Beast, who was really a young prince trapped under the spell of an enchantress. If the Beast does not learn his lesson soon, he and his household will be doomed for all eternity. Performance is scheduled to run from June 28th to July 15th, so before you decide to audition, check your calendar to make sure you're free that time. Please contact Nina Schuschler if you have any questions at all at 508-432-2002, extension 12.
Wow. That's going to be a great show.
Yes,
That will
yes,
be a
I'm
great
looking
show.
forward to it, and I think our grandchildren are going to be here at that time, so
they will
we
probably
may all be going, yes.
go to that one.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I know our granddaughter would love it.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, and on Saturday, March 10th, again, 7:30 p.m., the Harwich Cultural Center is celebrating an early St. Patrick's Day with Runa, an Irish music award-winning Celtic roots band. Tickets general admission is $20 until today, so after today, I guess it's $25. And reserve seats are $35 until today, and then $40. You can phone them at 1-800-838-3006, and it's presented by the Harwich Cranberry Arts and Music Festival. And just so you know, St. Patrick's Parade on Cape Cod is also Saturday, March 10th, and it starts at 11 a.m.
And today being March 1st, because if you're watching this show beyond March 1st, that's not today. So
Correct. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, so make sure if you're going to if you want to get the reduced amount, it has to be by March 1st.
Yes.
So, okay, thanks, Eileen.
You're welcome.
Here is a new incentive for the high school. Monomoy Dollars for Scholars is to hold a hoopathon Monomoy Dollars for Scholars is holding a fundraiser with the Monomoy High School students to raise money for scholarships for Monomoy High School graduates. The mission of Monomoy Dollars for Scholars is to provide financial assistance to graduating seniors. Over the last several years, they have awarded over $120,000 in scholarships each year. A hoopathon will take place on Friday, March 23rd at 3:30 p.m. in the gym at Monomoy High School. All high school classes are eligible to participate. Students participating will be out collecting pledges and donations. The pledges will be based on the number of free throws they can make in 5 minutes. We encourage you to support your local high school students. Out looking for support donations may also be sent to Monomoy Dollars for Scholars, P.O. Box 244, North Chatham, Mass. 02650. That's Monomoy Dollars for Scholars, P.O. Box 244, North Chatham, Mass. 02650, or visit the Facebook page, Monomoy Dollars for Scholars, and link into the GoFundMe page. So there's all kinds of ways you can,
I see that.
do it there. There'll be a $50 gift card and a $250 scholarship to be awarded at the student's graduation for the highest scoring female and male. A $50 gift card and $250 scholarship will be awarded at the student's graduation for the student that raises the most money, and a prize of $500 to the class that raises the most money. There will be also a $100 gift card drawing prize given by chance to one person in each class at the end of the event. Students must be present to win. More important to all the prizes listed above will be the preference for future scholarships given to students who participate. If you'd like to learn more about Monomoy Dollars for Scholars or volunteer for either event, or somehow become involved in making sure the kids have the money for college, please contact Margaret Martin, and you can catch her on email, RYMAR, bottom, I guess that's a bottom slash.
Yeah.
Bottom score, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. So that's RYMAR, bottom score 2050 at msn.com. I'll repeat that. It's RYMAR, bottom score 2050 at msn.com. So that's a very big effort that they're trying to do there, to help some
And
kids.
lots of incentives too. Nicely done.
Yeah, a lot of incentives, and you know, I can't believe the cost of college. We heard just the other night, some of the private colleges for 1 year, $74,000 for 1 year. I mean, that's just mind-boggling.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, you know, this
So
is
students need help.
Students do need help.
Yes.
Okay, our next spot for this week, we're going to give you an update of what's going on with the Conservation Trust. Ron sat down with Michael Latch, and we'll see what's going on with the Conservation Trust. Let's take a look.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Community Journal. We're here this morning with Mike Locke, who's the Executive Director of the Harwich Conservation Trust. And Michael's in for his monthly update. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, thanks, Ron, for having us.
I have to tell you, I really enjoyed the program that Don Wilding put on. The thing I liked especially was the man who was there whose family had a cottage that washed away and didn't sink, and the dishes, none of the dishes were even broken. I don't understand how that thing didn't sink. It must have been watertight on the bottom.
There were some amazing stories. And
that was something.
Amazing throwback to 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Since he was chronicling the blizzard of '78.
Yeah, right.
And
that was something.
And this being the 40th anniversary
Right.
year. And all of the experiences that different people had. And he had some of the live video footage of that time and interviews from different
folks. And then he had that man who was there who was
right
his
there.
family owned one of those cottages, which was great.
That was fascinating. The winter talks.
I had no idea what had happened here on the Cape because I was 100 miles away.
Now, where were you during
Wellesley, Mass.
Okay.
We had a lot of snow, but I had no idea what happened down here
Right.
at the time. So
Yeah.
it was great. It was really an educational moment for me, I'll tell you.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Don was a good speaker. He
He's
did
a good
job,
speaker.
yeah.
Yes.
He did
Yes.
a good job.
Yeah.
So what are we on to today? You're going to talk about tracking, I know, is one of the subjects.
Wildlife tracking, yes. So Harwich Conservation Trust has had a long running program in collaboration with Todd Kelly,
Yep.
who's a well-known and well-versed naturalist and wildlife tracking aficionado.
Yep.
And he'll be leading a wildlife tracking workshop on March 10th, Saturday, March 10th, as well as you can see Todd pictured there to the left, pointing at a track that the workshop participants of a prior session were involved with. And so on March 10th, Saturday, March 10th in the morning, Todd will lead a wildlife tracking workshop. It's open to ages 12 and up, all levels of interest, beginner to intermediate, whatever your knowledge of wildlife tracking. I'm sure it'll be a fun experience. It's about a 2-hour educational outdoor class right out there in the field, in the woods, along the edge of some bog and other wetland. You can see a tracking guide there that we hand out to participants, as well as a 16-page educational packet, bibliography, and other wildlife tracking resources that Todd has compiled over the years. It's a really fascinating workshop. It's $20 per person. Folks can learn more and sign up online at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. There will be a rain date of Sunday, March 11th, but we hope for good weather, just like you see in these photos, again, on Saturday, March 10th. Then on the following weekend, Saturday, March 17th, just happens to be St. Patrick's Day,
Right,
but that's an aside. Saturday, March 17th, there'll be an advanced trackers walk.
Oh, wow.
So a little bit more field experience,
Yeah, that should be
identifying
great.
wildlife track and signs of wildlife in the field on a walk guided by Todd. That is $15 per person. Or if you sign up for both, the March 10th and March 17th events, as a discount, it's $30 to attend both. So again,
That's a bargain.
yeah. Well, it is amazing what you experience out there. I mean, you could find animal track and sign from all sorts of different mammal species, anything from white-tailed deer to red fox to coyote, sometimes called coy wolf around here. Could be skunk, raccoon, possibly even mink. So it's quite a variety of wildlife you might be able to find clues for through their tracks and other signs.
That'd be very
that they leave
interesting,
behind.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so again, more details at harwichconservationtrust.org.
Good.
Yeah.
And you've got an event called Meet Your Local Farmer.
Oh, Meet Your
coming
Local
up.
Farmers event.
Yeah,
that is such a fun event, and it helps people shake off the
That's going to be here at the community
That is
center,
right, the gymnasium here. It'll be the 9th annual.
Really?
Hard to
That
believe.
many?
Yes.
I didn't realize
In
that.
collaboration with the Cape and Islands Farm Bureau, Harwich Conservation Trust and Cape and Islands Farm Bureau sponsor this event that brings, oh, there's a nice photo of
That's a good one.
cranberry scoop there. So we'll have some farmers from all ends of the Cape, one end to the other, Provincetown to Falmouth, and everywhere in between. This is a Baetia flower. They'll have some beautiful lilies. It's amazing how quickly these sell. Folks like to come and meet and greet their local farmers, learn more about the farmers' lives, the farmers' settings, the products, the unique products that are produced on these different farming landscapes across the Cape. There's opportunities to buy locally grown, created, crafted products. You see that spinning wheel there, spinning actual livestock fiber into yarn. So that's pretty interesting too. We'll have some spinning going on. You'll even see some live farm animals, such as goats, sometimes Scottish Highland cattle that you see here. Look at that one, huh? Move over, Chewbacca.
Never
We've got
seen
that's,
one of
look at
those up
that.
close.
It's amazing. Sometimes we'll have some sheep there. Usually there's some chickens here or there. Locally fresh eggs, honey. locally grown or locally produced from around the Cape, provided by the different vendors. Up to 50 different farm exhibitors and exhibitors from farm affiliated or supporting organizations, including Harwich Garden Club, Harwich Conservation Trust, AmeriCorps will have a table. Farms from here in Harwich and beyond. Here in Harwich, the Cape Cod Lavender Farm, usually Cape Farm Supply is there. That's the farm owned by Leo and Andrea Kakunas. We usually have Skipper Lee's Pleasant Lake Farm. All sorts of experiences, some equestrian representation, so local horse farms, horse riding represented. It's really fun to kick off the spring growing season. Everybody to come in and meet and greet your local farmer. It's a free event, which is amazing. It attracts all ages. Lots of elbow room there in the gymnasium. We started this event 9 years ago in the multi-purpose room, right? And we outgrew it over the subsequent years. And now it's grown into this very popular annual spring event. So it's, we're going to have some live music this year, something a little different. We're going to have Daniel Levine, who's going to play the fiddle, so some Celtic origin music, Irish origin music. So that'll be in the background as folks are exploring and checking out the different farm and farm-related exhibits. Yeah, it's really a wonderful experience.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned a number of farms and the equestrian place.
Yes.
During one of the farm fests back a number of years ago, I got to film a lot of these farms with Joe Mason.
Oh, you did?
And then I got to one of the equestrian places. I got to film a lady doing the what do you call it? On the riding academy.
Oh, okay. Dressage?
Dressage.
Oh, okay.
And it was beautiful.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Absolutely beautiful. That was a really great experience for me, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and there'll be, like I said, horse-related
Lavender Farm
exhibitors.
was
Lavender Farm too. Yeah, and this is all happening Saturday, March 24th.
Good.
Noon to 3.
Good.
Again, free. And if people need more details and want to see the growing list of participating farms or farm-supporting groups, they can again visit harwichconservationtrust.org. But yeah, mark your calendars. Saturday, March 24th.
Week after St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, noon. High noon. Come on down. Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about something that's been very popular for a number of years.
Yes.
The Owl Show.
The Owl program.
And all ages
Yes.
seem to enjoy it. The kids and the parents.
Yes. Yes.
It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, you're right. Marcia and Mark Wilson.
They do a great job.
A dynamic duo. They bring their owls with them. There's Mark and Marcia. And look at that. Mark is, has a Eurasian eagle owl that he's got there perched next to him, and Marcia has a beautiful snowy owl.
Yeah.
They'll bring, look at those golden irises on those owls. Isn't that just amazing?
Right.
They're a great team, the Wilsons.
Yes,
and
they are.
you'll see both of these owl species, plus a number of others, including these two. You see the spectacled owl. These owls actually originate from South America. So these owls, most have a permanent disability.
Okay.
Or some were raised elsewhere before they came into the care of the Wilsons, raised elsewhere domestically. And so they can't be released back into the wild.
Right.
So the Wilsons carry state and federal permits which allow them to bring these owls on these one-of-a-kind educational presentations all around the Northeast. And these owls live out their natural lives in special enclosures that have been created and adapted by the Wilsons in their home property in Dunstable, Massachusetts, which is in the sort of the North Shore area. So you also see a barred owl, B-A-R-R-E-D. Look at those charcoal black eyes. What you can't quite see from this photo is that the left wing has been clipped because of an injury. This particular owl, if I remember correctly, ran into vehicle. So it was a road collision.
No kidding.
Owls, you know, as we know, most of them are nocturnal. Snowy owl also hunting during the day, known as diurnal. But most of the owls that we know of around here, saw-whet owl, screech owl, great horned owl, they're nocturnal, so they're hunting at night. Then when they're crossing roadways,
Yeah.
sometimes there's that intersect with cars and trucks, and can unfortunately result in mortality or injury.
Yeah.
And then in those cases, some of those owls have been taken in and nursed back to health by the
That's
Wilsons.
a beautiful picture.
That's a beautiful picture of a
Yeah.
snowy owl.
Yeah.
Now, some of these snowies coming down from the Arctic tundra, where they normally spend their lives, coming down in the winters to barrier beaches around the
really?
Cape. There's actually a population also that inhabit the Logan Airport.
Oh, really?
Airport
I didn't
fields.
know that.
Right, yes, for these months. So a lot of interesting background and behavior and biology. The Wilsons are great at interpreting that and sharing it with the audiences. The Wilsons don't recommend the program for ages under 5, but ages 5 to 11, it's only $5 each.
Right.
Ages 12 to adult, $10 each.
Right.
Folks can pay in advance, register in advance online through our website, harwichconservationtrust.org, or just come on down and pay at the door. There's going to be 3 program times,
Yeah.
10 a.m.,
It'll be
1 p.m., 3 p.m.
plenty of opportunities to see it. And
Yeah,
that's great. Mike,
it's amazing.
to
And
have 3 shows.
And the Wilsons will offer a slide presentation at the beginning. Mark Wilson's a retired professional photographer from the Boston Globe.
Oh, really?
So his
Okay.
photos are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Both landscape wide shots, seeing owls in their environment, also close-ups of the owls. And then they'll even have a hooting demonstration,
yeah.
where there will be audience participation. You can
That's
volunteer.
always funny.
Yeah, and come up and try
A lot
and
of
hoot.
laughs with that one.
Yeah, and the owls hoot back. It's amazing. So, I mean, we don't usually get to see owls up close like
No,
this,
you
right? We
don't.
see them at a distance, or we might hear them at a distance.
I have
but-
never seen one here on the Cape.
Right, and
No,
now
so
we'll be
it's
able
there,
to
except here.
really get an
the only
amazing
place.
perspective.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So,
It's-
Saturday, March 3rd,
So March
10 a.m.,
coming
1
up.
p.m., 3 p.m.
That's this weekend.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
So it's
Yeah.
coming up soon.
Yeah.
Don't miss it, folks. It's been great. It's a great show. It
It is
really
fun.
is.
It is fun.
It's one of your very many interesting things, Michael. You have great programs, a lot of great walks, and
A lot of people working together, and
Yes.
I'll have to say,
and you
hats
have
off
great
to our,
photographers.
yeah, hats off to all our volunteers.
Yes.
Right, the volunteers that that make our talks and walks possible. I mean, just to shout out real quickly to the 4 volunteers who staff the tables at our winter talks that we
Sure.
just finished up the series.
Yeah.
Chris Joyce, Shirley Knowles, Peggy Rose, Nancy Hipp. They were there Saturdays at the
Yeah.
tables as folks were finding their seats
Sure.
for the various winter talks. So
Right.
those folks and many other volunteers make these events
That's
possible.
really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a good board.
Oh,
That
fantastic.
helps.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you again next month, Mike. And
For
good
sure.
Good luck on the shows.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you.
Always.
All right.
Well, Ron and Michael really had a great conversation with a lot of information.
They did
yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
My goodness, there's a lot going on
Yeah.
with the conservation. Yes.
Yeah, no, great job, and I love the photographs. They always have
I
great
know.
photographs.
And that owl show was wonderful. We've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it really
It's a nice
is.
take-in.
Well, there's a lot going on in March, especially as St. Patrick's Day is approaching.
Yes.
The Harwich Council on Aging is having a St. Patrick's Day supper on Monday, March 12th at 5 p.m. And what a deal this is. $5 for residents, $6 for non-residents. Wear your green and join us for a special supper. They're going to be serving the traditional corned beef and cabbage supper with special entertainment by Kathy Hatch's Celtic Duo. And pre-registration is required for this. You need to call 508-430-7550. That's 508-430-7550 for a great evening of traditional St. Patrick's Day food and St. Patrick's Day entertainment. So again, sponsored by the Harwich Council on Aging. So that sounds like a good thing
It
on
does.
March 12th. And on March 13th, the Council on Aging is sponsoring, they periodically have movie days.
Yes, they do.
And this is one coming up called Wonder. And this is a great movie. It's starring Julia Roberts. It's an inspirational movie with a message for all of us. It is the story of a boy and his family as they learn how the human spirit can overcome differences. And this is going to be shown Tuesday, March 13th at 2 p.m. And that's right here at the Community Center. Tuesday, March 13th at 2 p.m. Again, sponsored by the Council on Aging. So
And that got some great reviews.
Yeah, it
when
did.
was
That's a
out in the
great
theater,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And the rating on that is PG, so it's good for everyone,
Yes,
really.
it is.
Yeah, okay, very good.
For all ages.
Good for all ages, pretty much. Okay, Eileen, you've got a very special one there.
I do. Speaking of good for all ages, the Monomoy Regional High School is going to present with their theater company, All Shook Up. And
Oh,
yes,
boy.
there's a blue suede shoe there in the middle of the poster. And obviously this is inspired by and featuring the songs of Elvis Presley, book by Joe DiPietro. And the days and times that it's going to be presented are Wednesday, March 14th at 7 p.m., Thursday, March 15th at 7 p.m., Friday, March 16th at 7 p.m., and on Saturday there will be 2 performances. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 1 at 3 p.m., at which senior citizens only have to pay $5
Oh,
at
wow.
the matinee, and 1 at 7 p.m. All shows, the tickets at the door are $10 for adults, $5 for students, and as I mentioned, that 3 p.m. Matinee on Saturday, March 17th will also be $5 for senior citizens. This is presented with permission by the Theater Rights Worldwide, and of course it will be held at the Monomoy Regional High School Auditorium, which is a great venue. It's a great space.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful space. So you can go to the show and then go and get St. Patrick's Day supper. I mean,
There-
right across the street.
There you go. There you go. Well, on Monday, March 12th?
Oh, no, that's March
Yeah,
12th. Okay,
yeah, it starts on Wednesday.
Okay, very good.
Good thought, but
Good
wouldn't
thought,
work.
but- oh, well, not quite. All right. Very good. All right. So that's going to be a great show.
Yes, I think so. I'd like to see it
Yeah,
myself.
that's really good. Yeah, and that's at the high school auditorium. Again, as you said, a great place to watch a show. And
Yes, it is.
That's a great facility. We've seen some things there, and the acoustics in there are perfect.
And the seats are so comfortable.
I was just going to say that. The seats are so comfortable. They really are. They're great. Okay.
We're showing our age, Jack.
Yes, we are. Unfortunately, we are. Oh, well. We have an interesting spot now with Judy Ford, Robin Kelly, and they sat down with Dinah to tell us something about the South Harwich Meeting House. So let's take a look at that and see what it's all about right now.
Hello, I'm here today with Judith Ford and Robin Kelly of the South Harwich Meeting House. And they're here to tell us a little bit about what's going on there, an update and some very exciting developments.
Thank you, Dinah. So on April 24th at the South Harwich Meeting House, we will be having a historic preservation workshop, which is a stone cleaning workshop, and we are looking for volunteers, hopefully that can come out and help us. It's going to be under the direction of Jonathan Arpel, who is a conservation specialist, and he is going to teach the proper techniques on how to clean stones and how to get rid of the staining on the stones, and how to reset monuments that have tipped over or that are listing. And the workshop is from 9:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. You don't have to stay for the whole time, but it would be great if they could stay.
And what is that date again?
It is April 24th, which is
April
a Tuesday.
24th.
It's a Tuesday.
Okay,
We do
great.
have a tentative rain date of the Saturday after, but I think we should be all set, hopefully. We'll pray for clear weather.
It'll be beautiful weather by then. We can count on it.
So
Okay.
we are so excited because the South Harwich Meeting House will be opening shortly with our grand opening coming on this St. Patrick's Day weekend. We're having benefit concerts, and Judy would like to give us a little bit more information about that.
That's great. And Judith, you're the president of
I'm the
the
president
organization,
of the
aren't you?
Friends of the South Harwich Meeting House Incorporated,
Great.
and actually the general contractor as well, and project manager. So it's been a seriously busy time.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
actually for the last going on 13 years, but especially the last month and a half.
Wow. You
but
wear a lot of hats.
we were very fortunate that getting ready for our opening and getting close to it, the Chatham Chorale volunteered to do a benefit concert for us. They've decided to do a benefit concert, I believe, once a year for a charitable organization, and we're actually the first. So it's really exciting for us, and they're going to be coming and doing their very popular Celtic concert. Our poster there shows that basically the building, about a year ago, I guess, before we did some of the work on the front. But they're going to be coming on March 17th for concerts on 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Saturday the 17th, and 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Sunday the 18th. And it's their extremely popular Celtic concert, and we wanted to talk about it because it becomes very sold out. So we're hoping people get tickets early because the Meeting House is just absolutely fantastic. And I think the town is going to be so stunned when they see it for the first time.
It's so beautiful from the outside, and I think it'll be very exciting to get in there and take a look at what you've all done.
The picture you have showing there now, I took at daybreak one day when a contractor was coming, and we happened to have 2 seagulls on the roof, so I thought that was kind of very appropriate for a old Cape Cod meeting house. The meeting house is 1836. It was built by fishermen and shippers who used to ship off down at the end of Depot Road at that wharf, and so all of that history comes into the building. We have a picture of Loss Mickelson, who is our decorative painter. He is a phenomenal grain painter, and almost the entire interior of that meeting house has been touched by him in some way or the other. Almost the entire main floor has been grain painted, and that is a balcony facade that he built and actually grain painted the entire thing to match the rest of the building. That's our historic chandelier. That it was made in 1887, came to the Meeting House later than the Meeting House, about 50 years after the Meeting House was built. And it's a phenomenal brass Bradley and Hubbard chandelier. And it had originally glass fonts on oil fonts, actually with glass shades. And unfortunately, the window you see to the right there was smashed in by vandals years ago before we took over the project, and they basically vandalized the entire interior of the meeting house. And that chandelier was just bashed and broken, and we lost all the shades but one that still remains. And it was totally restored off Cape at a place called Yankee Craftsman, who does all historic lighting. And they did a beautiful job and brought it back and put it up on site. This picture shows one of our windows with the snow outside. And you can see our stencil to the left. When we took over the building, it was all painted. Everything was gray and weird colors in there that were not appropriate to the age of the building. And our preservation consultant, Sarah Chase, who lives in Lexington, is very well known over the entire country. She actually did studies, and I took her pieces of plasterboard that were cut out the 11th hour when we were going to gut the building. And she took them and they did rub downs, and they found all the original stencils and original colors to the building. So what you see there, the green and the brown stencil with the Cajun red flowers, were very original to the building. So
that's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Yeah.
In this picture, this is Dick Gomes and Charlene. Dick Gomes and Charlene. And they have been working on those beautiful cushions that you see there. They've been restoring ones that we had and recreating ones that we didn't. And in total, they have the row that they're standing in is finished. The other 3 are in process right now to be done by March 17th. And in total, they equal almost 1,800 buttons before they get it all done. And they're just doing a spectacular job with old style sewing and stitching.
How many people does the meeting house seat?
It seats about 2 to 250. We're allowed to have as many as 39 in a balcony, and comfortably we've been trying to determine, since we haven't opened yet, how many people are going to fit in those pews. Somewhere between 4 and 5. So it'll be somewhere between 2 and 250. This picture is of very interesting newel posts. We didn't want to go to a regular store and a lumber yard and get a newel post for this historic building that just would never have looked right. So these posts, I found originals in a salvage yard in southern New Hampshire that were very appropriate to the building. And we took them to the woodsmiths up in Barnstable, Falmouth actually, and they actually made us big lengths of mahogany in the right dimensions. And we brought them back. A wonderful man, Bob McNulty in Harwich, has a lathe in his house, in his garage or his basement, and he actually turned all those posts to match those original old ones. And then our decorative painter, who you saw before, completely restored them. And when you see the stairway now, this picture will mean a lot. It was very important that the stairway connected our historic building upstairs, with the downstairs that had never been there before. So we lean toward turn of the century in the lower level, but it's a wonderful transition that looks like it's been there for as long as the meeting house.
So many decisions and so many people involved.
Definitely.
And so much work. It's so exciting.
It's been a great combination
Yeah.
with Robin and I, with her with the cemetery department, and also on our board for the meeting house. We've been able to work together with what she knows is on the National Register cemetery and a National Register recognized building. So, but huge, proud day, I think, for the town of Harwich to pull
Yes.
those together.
So
Absolutely,
so
a
the-
marvelous collaboration.
The basement of the building also has a kitchen in it, and it has another performance area, which is backlit with a beautiful stained glass window that was donated by,
Thad File Jr.
yeah,
from
beautiful.
Harwich, and he passed away. Well, actually, his children had both passed away, and he donated in memory of two of his children that were killed in unfortunate accidents. And his wife passed away. I'd never actually met him until his wife passed away, and then I met him, and he was dying to see the building finished, but unfortunately he passed away as well. But he made beautiful stained glass. And they left us a bequest, which really helped us get the building done. And the stained glass is going to be prominent on our small lower level reception stage.
I see. And you're saying it's a little performance area as well?
Yes, and then we do have an elevator that connects the main floor with the basement.
Oh, good. So it's handicapped accessible.
Yes.
Fully, the rails just went in the last 2 days
Excellent.
on the
Excellent.
outside.
Yeah, it's a very exciting. to
Sounds
me.
like
So it's a
you've thought of
beautiful
everything.
We did,
Yeah.
and it's a beautiful reception area. And we have a grand piano moving in on this coming Saturday, and we were donated a wonderful pipe organ by the Stephen Simon, who used to do the Simon Sinfonietas on Cape Cod. He brought it with him from Washington, from the Kennedy Center, and it was actually given to the Falmouth Academy, and they had it for quite a period of time, and then they were going to take the building down and hadn't a use for it anymore, and they donated it to us.
So which floor will those things go on, the piano and the
The
organ?
grand piano will go on the main floor,
Uh-huh.
on the right side, and the pipe organ is played for the first time 2 days ago, is all set up on the left-hand side. It's beautiful. It's not huge, it's just right size for the building, and we're going to have a grand piano that was donated by Mary Ann Dennison is going to be on the lower level for that performance stage.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, it'll be a full-service operation there, it sounds
It
like.
will.
And I'm sure you'll be wanting to have lots and lots of people use it.
Definitely. Well, the idea when we originally started was the building would be always going to be cultural arts and education, and very importantly, community use. So people in the Cape Cod area will be able to come down and rent the space to have a concert or an event or a special educational event, or bring in schools, children, or the town will use it. So it actually is very, very flexible in its use, and we wanted that for the people
Yeah.
of Harwich to be able to really enjoy it.
And you have two different performance spaces, which
We
really
do.
makes it flexible
Yes.
for lots of different types of
And
groups.
a smaller venue downstairs,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
We actually had some requests from people whose parents had been married in the South Harwich Meeting House, so that they would want to, they also would like to continue the tradition of, there was many generations of people who were actually married there, so they could have a small wedding with the reception right in the same building.
That sounds great. How long ago was it actually active?
I think the town owned it for about 13 years before we got involved with it in 2004. I think the town leased it out, or let a small church use it at some point in the 90s at some point, and it hasn't been since then.
I see.
It had been pretty much abandoned at that
Right.
point, all that time.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful restoration. I live near there, and so I go by there all the time. And I've watched with excitement all of the changes from the outside.
So
but
you
I
saw
can't-
it when it was up in the air, did you?
Oh, yes, I did. I did.
One of our better photos, I think.
Yeah, I would love to be able to see the inside very soon. I think I
Well, we're
will.
really excited about the opening, and I just wanted to mention too that in those 4 concerts, we're going to do some very special things on the on the Saturday 5 o'clock one, the later Saturday concert. We're going to do a lot of recognition at that point for a lot of people that have been involved. So that's kind of like a very fun one to come into if you're involved with the town, especially.
And the way to get tickets for those performances is
You
through
go
the
on
Chatham Corral?
The Chatham Corral. You can either go on their website, which is chathamcorral.org/tickets, or you can go to their box office number, which is, do I have that on here? Is that on there? I don't know if I have that number. Oh, I do on the poster. It must be on the poster. Yes. The box office number is 774-212-9333.
212-9333.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Well, that sounds fabulous. And also, we have to think about the cemetery cleaning coming up shortly after that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so it sounds like you've got a lot still to go, and, and we'll look forward to welcoming the public very soon. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us. Yep.
We look forward to seeing you at the South Harwich Meeting House.
Thank you.
What a wonderful job they've done with that building.
Oh my goodness, it took 13 years to
I mean,
complete
it's just,
it.
you know, they were so painstaking with the originality and made sure
Yes.
everything was in the period that, you know, was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And, you know, what a place to have a concert or, you know, yeah,
I
that's
know,
wonderful.
Even a wedding.
Yeah, even a wedding, that's true. That was very interesting. And,
It was.
you know, hopefully it'll get a lot of use and a lot of people will benefit from that. That was a labor of love there.
Yes.
No doubt about that. And it just well done. Folks, that is our show for this week. We really appreciate you tuning us in on behalf of all of us here at Channel 18. Thank you so much.
Yes, and please take advantage of all the great things that we told you about that are happening here in our town in March.
Okay, everyone, take care. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.